Today I will do a different kind of video. I'm doing an unboxing video because we bought some new equipment. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. As I just told you, I'm going to do a different kind of video now. We bought a new camera and some accessories, so I will do a small unboxing video for you. If you're new to the channel, please click the subscribe button, that's the red button down the video. Don't forget to click on the notification bell also, so you get updates when the new videos are uploaded. This video is not completely related to the Philippines. However, we bought all this equipment because it's smaller than my previous equipment and it's easier to take with you to go on holiday. So normally I'm using a DSLR from Nikon, and now we bought a smaller system camera from Canon. So it's all with the idea, if we are traveling, that we want to travel more light. So that's why we bought this equipment, and I want to show you in the unboxing what we bought and what's inside the boxes. And later on I will do a compare video and things like that, just to see the quality. So I will change the setup a little bit so we can go to the table. So as I just told you, we bought a Canon. Now this is my first experience with a Canon device. Before I was using a DSLR. Now I will show you. This is normally the camera that I'm using. It's a Nikon D90. So this is also the equipment, the camera that I'm using to make the thumbnails. I was really happy with it. I cannot do any recordings with this because there is no connection for an external microphone. So, and it's also for my wife a little bit too big to take with her. And also, if you want to travel, you can see there is also a battery pack. It's quite big. So that's why we invested some money to buy a smaller one. Now you can see here is normally a lens. Now in the shop that we bought this one, you can buy only the body, and that's what it's became interesting for us, because the lens, it's a lens that is okay, that's with it, but it's not one of the best lenses, and that's why I like to have only the body, so you can really take lenses which one that you prefer. Here we have some manuals. Now as you can see, there is an empty space here in the box, but as I told you, this shop you can buy only the body. So normally it's coming from the factory, the body included the lens, but in the shop they will open it and they sell it separately. You don't have to buy the standard lens with it if you don't want it. The price is the same. It doesn't make any difference. If you want to buy the set, they will just put it in, and the price is like you should buy the set. But I like it when it's more flexible, because I already have some experience with cameras, and the kit lens is okay, but sometimes there is a better option, and I will show you which lens that we bought with it. So what's inside the box? So normally here is the lens. As you can see, there is a camera strap. So that's also. Then we have here the battery. The battery, that's LPE12 battery. I can see some reviews about the battery that they're saying that the battery life is not that long, but I have no experience yet with that. This is the unboxing, so I didn't try it yet. They say you can take like less than 300 pictures. Now I will also use the camera for vlogging, so we will see how long it will take. Then we have the adapter for the charger, and then the charger also itself. We'll open it from the box. So the battery is going in. You have two lights to charge and when it's fully charged. So these are some accessories. And then we have here the camera itself. I will put it away in the box. So the camera is really nice in a lot of foam. So I'm happy to see like that, because then you know that it's not already damaged. And then here, this is the camera, the body. Now, as I already mentioned, this is a system camera, so you can put different lenses as you want. This one also has a flip screen, so the reason was especially to do some vloggings with this. And the reason also why I liked this camera is you have a lot of different options. You can do the manual, you have it for the aperture, you have for the shutter speed, and then you have the program, and you still have the automatic, and you have some systems, and you have for the camera. So this looked like a really good camera for the price. Yeah, that's the sad part, you only have one dial button. But I'm used to having 2 dial buttons on my DSLR, so I don't know if it will be really handy, this one, or not. But we will figure it out, and for sure you will see it in the next videos how it will be. This one is also the M50, that's also why I liked it. You have the mount that you can put on top for an extra external flash, but it already has an internal flash. But you have the option to have the external, or as a vlogger I can put the shotgun mic on top also. So this is, it looks nice. I can see a lot of reviews from that, so I don't think this is a bad camera. That's one of the requirements for my wife. It has a Wi-Fi, so you don't always have to take the memory card out if you want to put some pictures on your phone. It has the USB and the HDMI. In the other side you have the microphone connection, and it also has a NFC connection. Now I don't know if we are really going to use that. And on the bottom you can put it on a tripod, but yeah, that's standard. Now, as I mentioned, this one is normally included with some kit lenses. We didn't buy a kit lens because for the things that we want to use this camera, the 15-45, it's not big enough. The one that I'm using a lot on my Nikon, it's going to 105. I'm using that a lot because you have a wide angle, but also you can zoom in a little bit. With a 15-45 you cannot zoom in a lot, so that's why I didn't want to invest money in that lens. Okay, it's not that expensive, that lens, but I prefer to have a little bit extra zoom, otherwise you constantly have to change your lenses. And my wife, she's also a beginner, and she also mentioned she don't like it when she has to constantly change the lenses. Now, if you're not using any standard lens for the M-serie, you have to have this one. That's an adapter, so we also buy this immediately. The adapter is a big box. There is a small manual, but I don't know if you really need this manual, the instructions. There is just the adapter to put it on the camera, and then with this adapter you can put every lens from Canon. You can put every lens that you have for a DSLR, you can put it on this M50. So that's why it was like a really interesting buy, because then you don't have to buy special lenses for this camera, and if in a few years you want to change your camera and you want to go to a DSLR, you can keep all your lenses. So it was around 100 euro for this adapter, but I think this is really an interesting part. It's making the camera a lot bigger if you put this on, and then again the lens, but the lenses, if you don't drop them, you can have them for the rest of your life. And a body, yeah, it will need some maintenance, and like in 10 years it will be old. So the lenses, it will stay for the rest of your life. Now that's also what I can see with my Nikon. I will put Canon at the side. That's also what I have with the Nikon. This one, I already have it for more than 7 years, and it's still doing a pretty good job. But if you see the two cameras next to each other, I don't know if you can really notice it because I'm using a little bit of a wide angle also on my GoPro. If you see the body from the Nikon, you compare it with the Canon, that's really a big difference, and you cannot see it in the camera, but this is also a few kilo that you're carrying with you. Now to the lens that we bought. We bought an AFS lens from Canon. So also because I'm thinking always to the future, if we are fed up with this one or the camera body is broken, we can still use these lenses. Now this lens is a little bit bigger than the standard kit lens, but the aperture is also different. A lot of foam again, as you can see. It's also not a really small lens, so it's an 18-35, and you have some zoom that you can do, so that's really nice. You can also lock it, maybe you heard it. There is also stabilization automatically in the lens, and then yeah, you can put it on auto focus or manual focus, and you have here the focus ring in the front. Now that's something I have to adapt to, because with Nikon the focus ring is on the space of the zoom, it's like twisted. Now this one, if you combine it, it's also a little bit bigger, but the weight of the body is really a lot less than the DSLR. I don't know how it will be to do some vloggings with this camera, because also the lens is about 500 grams. Now what I was a little bit shocked with Canon, and that I didn't have that with Nikon. With Canon everything is an option. So if you want to have the cover for the sun, like the sunscreen, you have to buy it extra. And that's really sad, because it was around, I think it was almost 50 euro also just to have this cover. Now if you have it with Nikon, it's included. You even have like a special bag to keep your lens protected. With Canon you have to buy everything extra. Now we bought the Canon just also because the price range from Nikon to have a camera like this, it was almost double. So that's also one of the reasons that we go for Canon, and you always have to try something new in your life. So this one is the sun hood for the lens, and it's crazy that they are asking around 50 euro just to have some plastic to put it on the lens. Now the interesting thing is that once it's on your lens, you can still zoom, but it's harder to focus. But yeah, normally you're using the autofocus, so I don't think that will be a big problem. So the reason also why we bought this lens, it's because it's a nano-USM. Now what I can hear from the people in the shop is that this one will go more quick in autofocus than the normal STM lens. So I don't have any experience with that yet, but we will find it out. The only sad part is that it will need 39 centimeters to have a focus point, so you cannot come really close with this lens, but like I just mentioned, we have to figure out how it's really working, especially also for the vlogging. Lucky I have long arms. We're pretty happy with this setup. I hope you think that this video was interesting. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's clicking on the round circle here on top of the video or on the red button down the video. If you have any requests or you want information or you have some ideas, please put your comment below this video, and then I will see you in the next one. See you later.